night after Trump said Tehran had taken too long to make a deal to end the war. In response, Iran said it had attacked U.S. military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait, the same two targets of retaliatory Iranian strikes conducted the day before. The escalation of tit-for-tat attacks in recent days has tested a fragile ceasefire agreed between the two countries in April. After the latest U.S. attacks, explosions were heard in cities in the south of Iran near the Strait of Hormuz, where U.S. forces also hit air defense, radar and other sites in the early round of strikes. That came after Iranian state media reported that the Strait of Hormuz was completely closed to all types of vessels. CENTCOM, however, said commercial ships are continuing to transit in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices rose shortly after the closure of the shipping channel and the apparent attack on the ships was announced. Brent crude oil, seen as the global benchmark, climbed above $95 a barrel after rising for about 2% during morning trade in Asia. Hours before the U.S. launched its latest attack, Trump had warned, "We hit them hard yesterday and we are going to hit them harder again today." Trump wrote on the Truth social media that Iranian leaders have taken too long to negotiate a deal. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Iran had been given a chance to make a deal but had not taken it, adding that bombs would be dropping on key facilities in the country.
Welcome back for more details. We're very delighted to be joined over the phone by His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning. How are you?
A great day to you, sir. Talking about the U.S. striking Iran and claiming that they are protecting their own interests because of potential threats that are posed by Iran. How does those recent strikes by CENTCOM against the military surveillance networks and all the capabilities, Iranian capabilities, reflect the current U.S. stance, and what message does it reflect, or Washington in particular is seeking to send to Tehran through those strikes?
The message that we are living with a very troubled system of the international relations. I didn't believe for a second that this war will stop. Although from time to time you hear some good news every day and another. Because there are three main parties are against stopping the war. They benefit from the war. First is the Prime Minister of Israel, because if the war stops, he will go to jail. Either internationally, by the International Court of Law and International Court of Justice, or in his own country because he's requested for the Israeli justice system. Second is the weapon industry. They sold by $7 trillion in the last 2 years. And of course, we cannot imagine that there will be a sort of international war between Russia and the United States, because for a simple reason, both of them have the ability to destroy the other 4-6 times. So the industry of weapons needs wars like that everywhere. So we will hear all the time that war is something here, something there. The third person is the President of the United States himself, because it supports his position against his own Congress. The Parliament in the United States has started to feel not happy with the war continuing like that, and it takes a lot of expense with a country which is borrowing more than 3 times its GDP.
Right.
So I do not expect the war to stop at all.
You do not expect the war to stop. But then talking back again about the strikes that were launched by the U.S., and they claim that they have completely destroyed or somehow damaged the Iranian military capabilities. We're talking surveillance networks, communication systems, air defense sites. They are reflecting that image, the U.S., saying that they have somehow to a great extent damaged those capabilities. How could we be able to assess this damage in the sense of Iran could be able to retaliate somehow?
This is some other subject which I do not understand at all the position of the United States. What do they have against Iran? That they are having a nuclear program for civil use, while their own alliance, which is Israel, do not deny that they have hundreds of nuclear warheads. And when we asked the Minister of Defense of the United States, once when he visited Cairo, he said because Israel is a democratic country, while Iran is not. And really, everybody who were, those who were the audience, were laughing at this answer. What is the meaning by democratic weapon and non-democratic weapon? If you are the victim and you are attacked, would it be, you will be happy if you are bombed by a nuclear democratic bomb? It looks like a joke. And when we went officially, the Arab world, to the International Agency for Nuclear Energy, asking Israel to declare whether they have nuclear bombs or not, the United States and the whole Western countries refuse even to listen to our question. This is amazing. But here to tell you that we are living in this situation where the international system of justice is not working at all, and it will never work like that.
Your Excellency raised a very important point, which is the core for this war, or the foundation. They claim, sometimes they claim that it's the nuclear activity, sometimes it's the wrong regime, it should be toppled. Other times they say other things. But then the core or the reason behind this war, or why this war have started in spite of the negotiations that were on the table, remains unclear. Does that signify the future of this situation?
But why are you astonishing? Why we are astonished? We have seen this with the Iraq system during the Saddam Hussein time. The International Nuclear Energy Organization declared that Saddam Hussein and Iraq did not have any nuclear weapons. Even so, Iraq was invaded by the United States Army, and up till now Iraq is occupied by foreign forces, saying that Iraq is going to produce a nuclear bomb. Let me ask again, what if any country wants to produce a nuclear bomb? If United States has a bomb, if Israel has a bomb, why you are denying on others what you are doing yourself? So the whole system is not in good shape, and we have to deal with this, knowing that the international justice system is not working at all. Israel never abide to a decision taken by the United Nations, whether the General Assembly or the United Nations Security Council. Even when 159 countries voted to stop the war against Gaza, they didn't abide to it. 14 countries of the 15 member states of the Security Council voted to stop the war. and the American veto stopped the decision, and so it has no meaning. So let us confess that we are living in a world without justice at all, and we have to live with this.
Right. On that note, would like to thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you so much, and you have a good day.